Well, brothers, that's it. The longest shutdown in U.S. history has come to a close, and this has been a political bloodbath. For the past 40 days and 40 nights, the Democrats have kept the government shut down. And what were they demanding? A whole bunch of unpopular, poison pill bullshit, including funding for healthcare for illegal aliens. Well, in the end, they got nothing. They got nothing. None of the poison pill bullshit that they were fighting for went through. And more than that, Donald Trump went over Chuck Schumer's head and negotiated deals with individual Democrats to get them to turn on their party and join the Republicans, giving them the 60 votes that they needed. Now, that's not the end of it. I mean, this was interesting enough, but that's not the end of it. Ro Khanna has called for Chuck Schumer to step down as the leader of the Democrats in the Senate. Yeah, basically a vote of no confidence. So, the infighting tomorrow is going to be biblical. You are going to see apocalyptic, Holocaust level, just pure hatred. You are going to see a Democrat bloodbath. It is going to be the red wedding on each other tomorrow. Mark my words. Because the Democrats that joined with the Republicans, they were stuck at 55. For the past 40 days, they were stuck at 55. Now, they're at 60. That means they have the requisite number of votes to go through with the actual vote tomorrow, which means they only need a simple majority. That's what this means. They needed 60 to get over this threshold, and then now tomorrow it's going to be smooth sailing because they don't even need the 60 votes. Now they only need a simple majority. So even if some Republicans were to say no, and they got 50-50, J.D. Vance would come in there and be the tie-breaking vote. This government shutdown is over. But let me just say something. I reacted to this live on stream, while this was going on. And it was neck and neck for a while. In fact, there were moments where I didn't think that it was going to happen, because you saw the number going up and up and up. You saw like the nays. The nays just continued to rise. Continued to rise. And, you started at like 51-30, and then you saw it went up, and then you got to 40. And by the way, 40 was, if it went to 41, that's it. It's over. So it literally went to the brim, the maximum. This was the most intense stream I've been a part of. And then the thing that made it worse is it took forever. Look at this. Like, we're jumping like hours here. It took forever to get them to get that last 3. And then you know what the last vote was? It was John Cornyn. John Cornyn left DC. He left. So what were we waiting on? Oh, we were waiting for John Cornyn to get the call that he had to come back. Trump told all Senate Republicans, do not leave. And most of them were able to follow through with that, except for John Cornyn. That piece of shit made me wait hours to get this result. And we were unsure at the time because we didn't really know at first who was the final vote. Oh, it was the cocksucker that got on the plane, thought he was special. Oh, I don't have to listen to Trump. I can leave. The guy had to fly back, and then had to be rushed out. Unbelievable. The arrogance of these people. Like, this guy's just going to go home. He's just going to go hang out somewhere. Anyway, The shutdown is over. The Democrats lost. And what you can expect from the media tomorrow, it is going to be apocalyptic. Because Chuck Schumer looked bad. The media looked bad. The Democrats looked bad. The media was hoping that this shutdown would continue because then they could use it against Trump and say, Trump is a feckless leader. He's incompetent. He's orange. He's bad. He's meh, 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 meh. You know, like Beaker from the Muppets. They just go on and on. Oh, this is Trump shutdown. This was the Democrat shutdown, and Trump outplayed them. Now, it could be that the Republicans come in tomorrow and they all vote to keep the government shut down. It's not going to happen, but we cannot say anything is 100% sure until it happens. But as it is right now, we have overcome a hurdle that has not been overcome, and it is 99.999999999. It is 99.99999% likely that this shutdown is over. And it is a huge, cataclysmic loss for the Democrats. Chuck Schumer looked weak. Democrats working with Republicans to get this thing shut down. On top of that, you have Republicans that are saying, yeah, we want to decrease the price of health care. So they're actually advocating for certain things, which make the Democrats look really bad. Trump has come out and said that he's cutting the cost of prescription drugs by astronomical amounts of money. Trump coming out and say, I want to give you guys a $2,000 stimulus check. So the Democrats are like, whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. You dare use my own spells against me, Potter? You're giving people free money, and you're arguing that you're going to lower healthcare costs, and you have this major win that you reopen the government. Man, Democrats are not going to have a very good week. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. The moment that I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. What you're going to see is for the next couple days, it's going to be apocalyptic. It's going to be Democrats screeching, raging, angry, against each other. MAGA's bad, but, these people are worse. Traitor Democrats, they're going to call them. They're going to go after these Democrats. They're going to go after Chuck Schumer. It's going to be like the Red Wedding. However, after that, what I predict is going to happen is I think that people that have been a real hindrance during this whole thing, people like Thomas Massey, people like Rand Paul, I think that the moment that Congress opens up, I think they are going to go and do some kind of bipartisan bill with the release of the Epstein files. And I think that the media is going to look at that like a sweet oasis because it's going to allow them to refocus on Donald Trump. After a couple days of Democrat infighting, they are going to go all in on this Epstein thing again, and it's going to be wall-to-wall Epstein coverage. Trump is bad, Trump is pervert, Trump is this. You're going to see more protests over this. This is going to be the transition into the next thing. They're not going to miss a beat on this. After they're done eating each other, they're going to go right back to what they've been doing, which is, going after Trump. Trump is orange man, Trump is bad. That's my prediction. However, I think that we have to deal with that when the time comes. But as of right now, I think it's important to celebrate. This is a huge win. They could have nuked the filibuster, which I think they still should do. Because Democrats are going to do it when they take power. And when they do, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So I think doing it now and crushing... My whole philosophy is crush the Democrats. Crush these evil, insane, racist people. Ground them and their evil ideology into dust. Dust! Yeah, but anyway, that's a video for another time. I'm trying to remain positive and optimistic because this is a good thing. They have a clean, continuing resolution bill. None of the poison pill bullshit Democrats try to put into it. It seems that the Democrat Party in general got nothing. Individuals may have gotten something, but it's not to do with this. So, major win for Donald Trump, major win for the Republicans, major win for the American people. Yeah, the SNAP benefits are coming. And boy, oh boy, you should have seen Chuck Schumer and Bernie Sanders give their speeches. They were furious. They were furious. I don't think I've ever seen Bernie Sanders turn that red. This is an oligarchy. I can't believe it. This is an outrage. If we open the government, 50 million children are going to be dead, and it's going to be all on you. That's no laughing matter, Buster. Like, he was going full, like, retarded, senile, you know. Bernie Sanders is like the guy who's walking around his house in his underwear, thinking like he's at like some kind of like important meeting, holding like an ice cream. I'm fighting the oligarchy. It's like, okay, all right, Bernie, yeah, you're fighting the oligarchy. Oh, let's go watch something on TV. Yeah, we watch a Hallmark movie. Hallmark. Oh, I like Hallmark and eating my ice cream, but the oligarchy. Oh, it's all right. The oligarchy will be there when you're done. Oh, oligarchy. Yeah, like Bernie Sanders is like the senile, retarded, pathetic, crippled old man turns into a tomato. He got very passionate. You know, I thank God every day that Bernie Sanders did not become president. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this was the longest shutdown in American history, and it was a Democrat publicity stunt. Real world people got hurt because of this, because Democrats wanted to use this as leverage. And I think that the Republicans should nuke the filibuster and crush the Democrats in every way. Honestly, if I were president, maybe I should save it for another video. But honestly, if I were president, I would do anything to win. I would stack the Supreme Court. I would absolutely stack the Supreme Court. I would have every red state gerrymander to remove any blue Congress people. I would make voter ID required, and if you don't check for voter ID, it is a federal felony. I would have mass mail-out voting illegal, and if we catch you doing it, then the upper echelon of that particular state would be held liable. So California, no more cheating. Oregon, no more cheating. No more cheating, blue states. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would use the federal government's economic might in order to do it. And it would be an ongoing thing where each day was an escalating action by me to crush this party, to make sure that they never again saw the light of day, that their ideology was left in the past where it belongs. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, again, that's for another video. We're celebrating. This is a major win. Good job. Good job, the Republicans. You got it done. Good job, the Donald Trump. And they say I'm the deal-maker president. Wow. Yeah, good job. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.